What's going on, everyone? So let's take a look at FRX, otherwise known as Ford Road Acquisition. So this is actually really interesting because essentially this is going to be a three-way merger, and it's going to be with FRX, Beachbody, which is a very well-known fitness brand, and then another fitness company that does bikes, and it's similar to like a Peloton if you're familiar with that. But I've been making a video already, and I'll show you with that in just a second of going over the overall Beachbody IPO. I've done like a full detailed video of that. But look at this right now. So I made the video around the 12th, right? And I was following this for a little bit, and it was around $12, give or take. So I can just bring up my video right now. So you can see here on the 12th, I posted this vid, and it's around the $12 mark. Obviously, it did take a dip, but when I first saw this, it was actually really, really good news in terms of the overall company. But yeah, I can see here, it did take a little dip, and I was following this sub 11. But I didn't end up getting a position because there are just some things that I was still concerned about. But obviously, short term, I think this company looks promising. It definitely looks something that would do potentially well based off the team, which I'll talk about in just a second. But just before I get into that, remember, this is not financial advice. Make sure you do your own research before making any investments. But here, if I just go and check it out, like, so the last day, pretty much, or 2 days ago, you can check here, 17th. And we'll just put it up to the all-time high for the day, and it's plus 57, give or take, so plus 50% gain in just a couple of days, which is not bad. And I was wondering like what happened, because I've been following it already for the past week, and their team is actually really stacked in terms like they actually have legit people on there. So like I'll just quickly go through this vid, but you can definitely go, I'll put a link in the description below so you can watch this one if you haven't. I go into more detail like what the actual behind the scenes are, and the companies and everything. But here, ex Disney executives are on the team. In addition, one of them is the ex CEO of TikTok. Now, he was only there for a couple months or a few months, but he was one of these former CEOs of the biggest, or if not one of the biggest, social media apps in the world currently right now. So in terms of marketing, that was definitely something that he knows or would definitely understand how to do in terms of this company. And then you can see there's more stuff in here. I'll go into like the actual MYX Fitness that they're combining with as well. So yeah, if you want to check it out, hear my thoughts on that, definitely check it out in the description below. But I was wondering like what happened today, because I've been following this already for the past week. I've already read through all the different posts and seeing like what's the overall marketing business ideas behind it. And it seems like, well, one, I'd say the pros are, the team is stacked. They have legit people on there. And I was also thinking like there's competitors like Peloton, which I'll show you in a second. And I'm trying to consider a lot of different factors in terms of they just released, this three-way merger. They got these top executives, ex TikTok, ex Disney, yet the price didn't really bulge at all, right? It was dipping below. And all of a sudden you see this gap, and then now we reached up to 17 plus, right? And one of the reasons why I held off, again, this is just my own opinion, is because of the overall business that they're actually tapping into, right? So for me, I'm looking for something that's much more lucrative, more into like the AI stuff that's in the upcoming tech space that essentially is mind-boggling, right? And obviously, this is I would say it's a more safer bet in terms of your ROI. If it does do well, you'd make a decent ROI, but it's not like insane where it's some, technology that just currently in the works that hasn't gone crazy, right? And that's one of the reasons why I was holding off for a better opportunity. But obviously, if you did your research, you can see that there is potential for this. And it all depends on where you want to put your capital. But so this right here, so this article was posted. And the thing is, see, I've already known that Shaq was behind this company. And that's why I was still kind of holding off, because I didn't see anything change in terms of price. But I guess they just posted these articles today. And it seems like putting Shaq in front of the title, so that makes more sense, because obviously Shaq, he's super famous basketball player, and everyone pretty much knows. If you followed sports, you've probably seen him everywhere. And I guess putting him in terms of the branding made people be like, oh, okay, this is Shaq. He's made some good investments. He's behind it. That's probably something, he definitely knows what he's doing. So that's probably what caused them. And then obviously, 3 former Disney execs, etc. But that's all I could find today. So I think that's just the main article that could have caused a potential spike. Other than that, I mean, we just have to wait, one, for them to actually merge, and then two, to see what happens, because currently Beachbody itself, they actually have, I think $2.9 billion in revenue right now, and then they have two plus million subscriptions or current customers already for their main business. And again, if you don't understand the Beachbody stuff, check out this video. I'll just go more detail of it. There's some pros, definitely, right? So I'll just list it really quick. The team's stacked. They already have a business that's generating billions and has millions of customers, and it's in a industry that is massive, health and fitness, right? Everyone wants to get fit. Now that's the good side of it. Now some of the concerns that I had, and again, these are just my own opinions, definitely let me know your thoughts and comments below, is one, right now, quarantine, it's one of those things that it's a hit or miss, right? It's like we're not sure when the overall date's going to end, right? So in my head, the way I'm looking at it is, let's say they lift quarantine in like the end of this year, right? So within 1 year, I would expect most people would want to start going back out and potentially going to commercial gyms, actually going in person to gyms versus being at home or doing some sort of virtual workout, which is essentially what Beachbody is. And that's similar to Peloton too. So that's just one of my thoughts. I'm trying to think, right? Again, it could be the complete opposite where people don't want to go to the gym anymore. They're so used to working out at home, and this company ends up doing really well, right? There's two sides to it, but I'm just looking at it from outside perspective, thinking of like what are people's behaviors are actually going to do if they end up removing the quarantine restriction. So that's definitely one thing that I was concerned about. And again, we'll never know until it happens. The second one is how fitness companies, or essentially fitness workouts and all that, are sort of trendy, right? So if you've followed this before, I'm sure if you heard of P90X, right? I used to do that stuff when I was younger, and that was literally the most famous workout training at home gym type thing that if you're watching TV, you probably see ads on it, right? So I ended up getting it myself. And yeah, that stuff was trending for like a year plus, give or take, depending on when you saw it. But then it faded away, right? People get lazy, they get tired, they want to do something more exciting. Then you have, I know Soul Cycle's big. There's a bunch of fitness trends, cycling, etc., that it seems to come in waves up and down. So in terms of like the overall model, until they actually merge and showcase more details, then I'm still on the defensive side, I guess you could say. But here, just looking at Peloton, right? I mean, they're doing quite well. The market cap is definitely, I would say, but again, this is my own thoughts, it might be a little bit overvalued. But I mean, you can see here it's at 41 plus bill. But their revenues, at least right now, again, we can double check it later on the another site. But it just based off these numbers, let's just say it's let's just round it up to 2 bill. I mean, it's already a 20x multiple of what the market cap's stating, right? So I mean, the revenues are good, but again, we have to check their actual profits and everything. But overall, like Peloton right now, they're dominating this space for essentially the virtual workouts, right? So if you know what Peloton is pretty much cycling company, and you can check it out what it actually looks like. But basically it's a cycling bike with like a screen, and then you can work out with coaches and stuff of that nature. And I believe they have like in-person shops depending on like where you're living. You can go in person, work out with them too. And basically it's a fitness company, right? So in terms of them competing with that seems to be one of their targets for sure. So there is some room if they can actually match their market cap. I mean, there is definitely room for growth. But overall, in my view, it definitely looks bullish. You have a stacked team. You have a already successful business. And you have something that everyone wants to do, which is basically look good, take care of the body, all of that. But then the other side is it a trend? How long is it going to last? Two is this company isn't really, breaking through the industry, right? They're business is pretty much fitness and health, right? Which is still a major industry. But at least for my own strategy, I'm looking for things that are completely undervalued, but also are in a industry that's currently untapped, right? So basically any upcoming technology that hasn't been made yet that I see will be massive in the next few years is much more attractive to me versus something that's already, the norm for like just fitness and health people, right? So again, that's just my own strategy. Definitely, you have your own moves and everything, but that's why I was holding off on this company. But in terms long term, I think it should do well, assuming that they actually utilize their current audience and they put the numbers together and they pretty much make a plan to get this company out there. But until they actually merge, because they're gonna end up becoming the ticker symbol is gonna change to body. Then I'll have just to wait and see. It's at the middle of 2021, so like around Q2, give or take. So might be summertime till we see something. So until then, we'll just have to wait and see in what they actually release, their actual business model, and their projected growth, etc. But overall, those are just my thoughts on the FRX Beachbody IPO. So let me know in the comments below what you think about it, and link any other additional resources in case I didn't mention them that might be helpful for other people in case they're interested in looking in this company. And you made it this far in the video and you want to get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850. All you need to do is go to the description below, click on that first link, and when you deposit $100 or more, you'll receive up to 2 free stocks valued up to potentially $1,850. And if you use my referral link, I'll also receive 2 free stocks as well, and that benefits both of us. So if you haven't signed up for Webull yet, go ahead and click on that link and sign up now. And aside from that, if you want to see more updates on the market, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up, comment down your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.